or a block. Let's get settled, bringing the shins forward and the heels away from each other. And move the flesh of the buttocks from the center of each buttock out and back. As you do that, noticing the difference in how you sit. Is there more lift in the spine, the lower spine? Be upright. Lift the navel, lift the chest, open and spread the collarbones from center to side, rolling the outer shoulders back and down. The shoulder blades deepen against the back ribs. And just have the fingertips by the sides first, and as you breathe out, just allow yourself to be heavy, to feel the gravity pulling you down from the inside. Just using enough, just the muscles that you need to stay upright, but try and relax all the other ones. Trying to relax, let go of any unnecessary tension in the body as you sit. Soften in the groins, feel the contact between the base of the body and the floor. Let yourself sit, settle into your body. Settle with your breath, be aware of your breath. And then as you begin to slowly press the tips of the fingers down and also begin to feel the upward force from the ground up, the kind of a sucking up action in the palms of the hands and in the armpits and in the ribs. Let the shoulder blades, the inner shoulder blades especially, move deep in against the back ribs. Let the chest open more and more. And then from the openness of the chest, place your hands in front of you, the roots of your toes against the chest. Relax the upper arms, relax the elbows, close the eyes from top to bottom, as if you are looking at your heart, taking a few breaths through the heart, through the chest. Moving your awareness from the brain down towards the chest and just noticing how that affects how you perceive yourself and the surroundings from the chest rather than the head. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids and let the eyes move back away from the eyelids. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And after your next breath in, we'll do the 3 palms together in your own time. As you exhale, bow the head down, surrender the brain to the heart once more. Release the hands to your thighs and listen to the resonance of silence. And breathing in, lift the head up and open the eyes. And stretch the legs forward. And cross the legs the other way. So we'll just start just a couple of stretches, sitting cross-legged. Have whatever you may need for your head. And first, just interlocking the fingers in front. Yeah. And we are going to press the hands down to the floor, and you can lean forward. So you can bend the elbows to lean forward. to try and fill all the gaps around the mounts of the fingers, spreading the skin of the palms from the center out to the side, and just feeling how it is. So pressing all the mounts of the fingers evenly to the floor. And then from there, as you come up, stretch the arms forward without losing that, as if you were still pressing the floor. And with that, as you breathe in, stretch the arms up to the ceiling. Extend and lengthen out through the arms. Squeeze the outer upper arms in towards one another and be as tall as you can be. And as you breathe out, you can release. And we will go to the side, taking your right hand down, left arm up and over. Inhaling up, exhaling to the other side. So that it's the bottom arm that bends, the palm stays straight as you go to the side. And you're working with your breath. Next time you get to your right side, stay on your right. Press your left bottom down and extend from the outer left hip all the way through the tips of the fingers. Bottom shoulder back and down, bottom ribs looking at the ceiling, breathing. So feeling the whole left side of the body, extending, lengthening. And then inhale, come up. And as you exhale, go to your left side, pressing your right bottom down now, extend from the outer right hip all the way up. Bottom shoulder back and down, bottom ribs are looking at the ceiling, breathe. And then breathing in, come back to center. Press the fingers down, lengthen through the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to turn to the right side. So left hand to the inside of the left knee first. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. So as you are turning to the right, you want to lengthen from the outer right hip forward to the knee. Take your hand to the outside of the right leg. Lifting and turning as you breathe out. Lift and turn. And then inhaling, coming back to center. The other side, so press the fingers down, lengthen through the chest. As you exhale, turn to your left side. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling, turn. Lift and turn. Take your hand to the outside of the other leg. Lifting as you breathe in. And turning as you breathe out. Extend from the outer left hip forward towards the outer left knee. And from the right knee back into the right hip. So the base is stable, but the spine is turning. And then as you inhale, coming back to center. And as you inhale, stretch the arms forward and up to the ceiling. Have the palms facing each other. Lengthen and be as tall as you can be. So all the way from the hips up to the tips of the fingers. And then from there, as you come forward, stay heavy in the buttocks. So go halfway, stay heavy in the buttocks, lengthen, reach forward, reaching forward. Stay there for a moment. And then from there, take your fingers down, keep lengthening, and then sliding forward more and take your head down. Whatever height that you need. And immediately as the forehead touches your support, letting the thinking brain, the front brain, relax towards the back brain, the eyes sinking into the eye sockets. Yeah, so the awareness goes more towards the back body and feel how there is a sense of letting go around the hips, the buttocks. And as if the awareness is spreading around the back as butter on bread. And then breathing in, you can come back to center. And stretch the legs and cross the other way. And once more, we are going to interlock the fingers, this time the other way. Yeah, and first pressing the hands down to the floor so you can lean forward. If you need to bend the elbows to come forward, and trying to fill all the gaps around the mounts of the fingers. Give yourself a moment to really feel that. Yeah, so that the palms are not shrinking back up, but you're really expanding the skin from the center of the palms out. And the thumbs are lightly touching, so keep in that as you come up. Stretch the arms forward, with the thumbs lightly touching, extending through the mounts of the index fingers especially, and as you inhale, then stretch the arms up. Yeah, with awareness, gripping the outer palms in and lengthening through the mounts of the index fingers, inner hands. Yeah, the thumbs are lightly touching, the little finger sides are moving down, and breathing. And as you exhale, you can release, just feeling how you are. And now again, going to your side, taking your right hand out, left thumb up and over, inhaling up, and exhaling the other side a few times. So today we are going to work on back extensions. And remember that the body likes to go sideways before it goes back. So staying on the right side now, pressing your left buttock down and lengthening from the outer left hip all the way through the tips of the fingers. Bottom shoulder back and down, bottom ribs are looking at the ceiling. Breathe. Then inhaling up. And as you exhale, go to your left, press your right buttock down, extend from the outer right hip all the way up. Breathe. Then inhaling up, press the fingers down to lift, to lengthen, to make space in the spine. And as you exhale, turning to your right, inhale, lift, exhale, turn. Taking the hand to the outside of the right knee and extending from the outer right hip forward towards the knee. And then from the left knee back into the left hip. So you keep the base stable as you turn. And then breathing in, come back to center, lifting, and as you exhale, then turning to your left side. Right hand on the inside of the right knee first, as you inhale, lift, as you exhale, turn. Take your hand to the outside of your left leg, lift and turn. And again, to stabilize, so extending from the outer left hip forward to the outer left knee, and from the right knee back into the hip as you turn. And then breathing in, coming back to center. As you inhale, stretch the arms forward. This time have the palms facing down. Stretch the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Extending, lengthening. And then from there, reach forward, reaching, go halfway. Yeah, palms face down. But see that you are coming from the hips. The hips are grounded. And then take your hands all the way down, lengthen through the front, and then taking the head down. As soon as the head hits your support and allowing again, feeling that sense of letting go around the hips, the buttocks, the thinking brain letting go, the eyes sinking into the eye sockets. And you kind of get this visceral awareness. Yeah? So the awareness goes more to the back body, that's what you want. And then as you breathe in, you can come back to center. And stretch the legs forward. And we could sit on a bolster. Or if you don't have a bolster, a couple of blocks, you're going to do a little bit of hip warming in Baddha Konasana. So first, sitting on some height, bringing your right foot in with the sole of the foot up and the left foot on top of the right. So the soles of the feet are looking at the ceiling, so you know this, most of you. And then see, can you lengthen from the groins out towards the knees so that the knees will come down eventually, yeah? But you don't push them down, you just lengthen from the groins out. Yeah, so I can see some knees are still kind of hanging mid-air, so see how much you can lengthen that way. So if I had arrows, they would be going from the groins out towards the knees. And then, so those are a little bit more flexible, see if you can bring your pubic bone forward more towards the heels. And be as upright as you can be. Yeah? Be upright. All right, and then you can release. I'm going to the other side. So having the left foot down with the sole of the foot up, and then the right goes on top of the left. Yeah, press the fingers by the side. And again, so it's the action is of lengthening from the groins out towards the knees, and then trying to be upright with the upper body. Navel, chest lifting, shoulders back. And then, if you can, if your knees are down, can you bring your pubic bone forward more towards the heels if there is a gap? All right, and then from there you can release. And we're going to do Konasana. Classical now, with the soles of the feet together. And so I'm turning this out. So then after a while, I'm going to go back. Yeah. So this time the soles of the feet, the heels are pressing against each other, knees are going out to the side. And I'm trying to slide myself forward to the feet. Yeah. And then from here, I'm going to go down into Supta Konasana, holding the ankles, tucking the shoulders under. Yeah, so feeling what's happening in the pelvic area, how the buttocks are working. And then I'm gonna let go of the feet, stretching the arms up. And just coming up here, dropping the upper arm bones down into the shoulders as we take the arms overhead. Just staying here for a bit. Okay? So sitting up first in Baddha Konasana. Yeah, so pressing the heels towards each other, let the knees go out to the side. And so you can slide yourself forward, slide this, so that first make sure you're upright. And then if you have the capacity to bring the pubic bone forward more to your heels, then do that. And if the knees are going out, then give yourself more gap there. Yeah, so it just depends where the hips are at. Yeah. So you can see yourselves on the screen. So if you see that your knees are going up to your ears, then give yourself more space between the pubic bone and the heel, so that you can get the knees to go out, but you don't push them down. The action happens by pressing the heels against each other and lengthening the thighs from the groin out. Right? And then from there, you're going to go back. Yes, as you start to go back. And then lift the feet to hold the ankles under your knees. Yes, if you can hold the ankles, so lifting the feet up to hold the ankles, then let the knees go to the side. No, but as you like, you need to hold the ankles underneath your legs, underneath your knees. As you lie down first, then you hold the ankles. Yeah, then you have to lift the feet and then grab the ankles. Yeah, from the outside. Yeah, so you got to, so the feet come away from each other. You hold the ankles from the outside, and then you bring them together, and then you try to take your knees out to the side. So that's making sense. You need to hold the feet from the outside, not the inside. Yeah, otherwise that won't work. Yes. And as you pull at your feet, tuck your shoulders under and grip the mid buttock into the body. Yeah, so feel the tailbone moving into the body. And so openness in the groin area. The spaciousness in the abdomen. All right, and then from there, maintaining that, as you let go of the feet, stretch the arms up, have the palms facing forward, and drop the humerus, or drop the upper arms down into the shoulder joints to create compactness in the shoulders. And then with that, so you don't just wave the arms, but they are compact as you bring them over. There is a big difference in how that feels. Yeah, so with that compactness, bring your arms over and keep your arms going down in the same speed. So one is not harder than the other. So one is usually stiffer. I know that my left arm is stiffer, so I would slow down the faster one. Yeah, so do it with awareness. And just lengthen and keep feeling the connection to how the pelvis is, how the pubic bone is, and how much you can lengthen. The lower back should be down on the floor, shouldn't be lifting. All right, and then bring your arms back up and to your side. I hope this is making some sense. I'm trying to condition the pelvic area and also the arms and shoulders for the class. So now come into all fours. You're going to come into the dog pose, but as you go up, start with your knees bent, lengthen back, let the knees come out so you get the same action. Yeah, so knees are out, so I'm kind of doing Baddha Konasana in dog pose, and then from here slowly straightening the legs, trying to maintain that same spaciousness in the abdomen. And still the tailbone is moving deep and into the body. Yeah. So prepare for the Mukha Svanasana. So in this pose, we always kind of come into it to integrate things that we have done. Yeah. So Adho Mukha Svanasana. Start with your knees bent and let the knees go out. Yeah, let the knees come out and do, so the same action in the pelvis, like you have done when you were doing the Baddha Konasana. See how that feels. See how that feels around the abdomen, the tailbone moving in. So Trish, lift the knees up, take your buttocks back, knees out to the side. And then from there, slowly as you straighten the knees, at some point you kind of lose direction, but be aware of it. Maintaining it for as long as you can. Breathing, soft, smooth breath, slowly making the legs firm and strong, pulling up the knees, opening the backs of the knees fully. But when I say open the backs of the knees, I don't mean to push the knees back. Yeah, it's always pulling the kneecaps up to the quadriceps. And breathing, soft, smooth breaths. So straight legs now, Mary, if you can. Yeah. And Anna, try and bring your weight back more to your legs, otherwise all the strain will be in the shoulders. That's not what you want. And then as you exhale, you can bend your knees, come down. And now we are going to do Supta Virasana. So if you have some bolster or something, or a few blocks blanket, yes, you have some support. And put the knees together, feet are by the sides of the hips. Move in the flesh of each calf from the back of the knee back to your heels as you sit. Yeah, and then going back. As you go back though, I don't just want you to go back, but as you get around here, Here, you want to lengthen. Yeah. So as if you want to pull your upper body out of the legs. So when you go back, you go with space. Yeah, with a hollow abdomen. And then stretch the arms up, again, making compactness in the shoulders as you take your arms over. So this time we don't fold the arms, but we extend to the arms. Okay? Go for it. Amanda, come forward slightly, or take your bolster back. You don't want the lower back needs to be unsupported so that it gets a chance to release down. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So it supports the ribs, the bolster, but not the low back. Yeah. Yeah, so when you go back, lengthen. So think of creating space in the spine as you go back. Go slowly, go with awareness again. Think of all of this as your meditation. Yeah. So you don't do things automatically, but you are aware moment to moment what's happening. Yeah, Trish, doing good. Now can you go all the way? You will need something for the head because you've got a lot of support there. So have the blanket there that's beside, yeah, fold it and see if you can get to that. Or some cushions, yeah. And so if you haven't done so yet, stretch the arms up, drop the upper arms again into the shoulders, and then with that, take your arms over and see how that feels. Feel that connection, yeah, to the pubic bone moving in and all the way back to the arms, to the fingertips. Yeah, and then Anna, then trying to keep the shoulders compact as you bring your arms all the way over. Now your lower back is overarching a little too much, so whatever support you have, it should be up higher, not under your low back. Yeah, your belly is coming up a little too much. Breathing. There shouldn't be strain in your lower back if you do this properly. There should be stretch in the quadriceps, sides of the body. You feel the pubic bone moving. So this is the first kind of back bending action that we learn, yeah, in this pose. And just keep extending through those arms, keeping them, yeah, so as the gravity pulls you down, there'll be more extension in the shoulders. All right, and then bring your arms back up and back to your side. And then come up. And you're going to come into your pose. Yeah, feeling. So again, here you integrate, you feel what you have done. Still, how does it feel in the pelvis? Same action like in the Supta Virasana. And then from there, you're going to come forward. We're going to do dog with head up. But first time, just keep your toes on. And you feel as if you're going to push the bolster forward and up. Shoulders back. All right, and then back into dog. Then we go down, and then we do Supta Virasana in a different way. I'll show you in a moment. Okay, go for it. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. If the head goes to the bolster, that's nice. If not, you won't be there that long. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So first, dog with head down. And lengthen the side. So feel the same. So feel if you can still integrate the action of the Supta, of the reclining hero pose. Supta Virasana. So the tailbone still moving into the body. What about that space in the abdomen? What about the space along the sides of the body? The shoulders. Breathing, soft breaths. All right, and from there, from the tailbone with strong legs, start to come forward from the tail. As the tailbone moves forward, you come forward, keep your toes tucked under, so don't go down. Sarah, so arms stay straight, roll the shoulders back. If you need to tiptoe your toes forward, come forward more with the toes. So you're doing dog with head up, yeah? So pushing, so it feels as if you want to push the bolster forward with the pubic bone and up, forward and up. Spread the collarbones from center to side. Don't worry about the head going back. The head will go back if you can lift the chest up. Yeah. And inner thighs are lifting, tailbone is moving in, straight legs, Marianne. Breathe, stay for a moment. And then as you breathe out, you can come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, dog head down. All right, and then bend your knees, come down. And now, we're going to come back into Supta Virasana, this time having the bolster or whatever blocks you have under your knees. Yeah. So again, feet are by the sides of the hips. So now the opening will be in the front of the ankles and the shins as you go back. Arms up, shoulders down, arms up. Yeah, pressing the knees down and feeling again what happens in the practice. So be on the front of each foot, have the feet by the sides of the hips, knees on your bolster, and then going back. This may look more scary than it actually is. Yeah, you might find that it's, in a way, it feels good. Hopefully. Give yourself a moment to allow the fronts of the shin bones, the ankles to open. And then stretching the arms up. Dropping the upper arms into the shoulders as you bring your arms over. Yeah, extending through the tips of the fingers as you go over. Keep your arms straight. And as you stretch the arms, feel the stretch all the way from your knees. Are you suffering, Amanda? Yeah, try and be down flat, otherwise your low back won't like it. Yeah, Lisha, so your knees should be on the bolster. Was it too much? Yeah. All right, and then come back up, slowly. Yeah, and then come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So again, yeah, so feeling how it is now. Coming forward, and this time you're going to turn your toes back. Yeah, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Okay. Right, and then from there, taking the tail forward as you come into dog with head up. And you can turn the toes back now. You've got, yeah, no, you have renewed feet, full of energy now after what you've done. So let's just see how that feels. Pressing the fronts of the feet down, taking the tail in, and make sure that the inner thighs are lifting. So you're not dropping the legs down. Yeah, so that's important to get the tailbone in. And as if you want to push the bolster forwards. Roll the shoulders back, open, spread the collarbones from center to side, breathe. Don't hang in the shoulders. Yeah, so it's the chest that needs to open. And then as you breathe out, come back into dog. And then you can come down. We'll do one more. Supta Virasana. This is a bit of a torture, but it's really good to understand that action in the pelvis for back bends. Yeah. So the bolster is across, and this time you've got the feet on the bolster. Yeah, so it's the metatarsals, the ankles are not on it, it's more the metatarsals. And then trying to go back as far as you can, like that. Okay. Even if you can't go all the way down, to see how far you can go. Yeah, so it's the front of the feet. So it's this bit of the foot. The metatarsals that are on the bolster, not the ankles. The ankles should not be on it. Yeah? So I want the ankles to be free, to stretch. And then sit down, moving the flesh of the calves out of the way, and then going back. Okay. Patricia, have you got any problems with your knees? I don't know about the neck, but you could try, if you don't want to go back, you could try just sitting with the feet. No? Okay, well, I'll leave you to it. Okay, and then so lengthening out of the pelvis, and then slowly see if you can lower yourself down more. It's a very interesting thing here because the buttocks really have to suck in. The tailbone really has to move into the body. It's a good action for back bends. Just go as far as you can go. If you can't go all the way down, that's okay. And if you can go down and bringing your arms up and over. Yeah, Mary, so see if you can even go down to taking the hands back a little bit and then bending the elbows a little bit more. Be adventurous. Marianne's there, very good. So then see how much when you press the knees down, the pelvis is sucking in, the tailbone is sucking into the body. That's what I want you to feel. And how much can you relax there? I know it's not very relaxing, this one. In fairness. All right, and then you can come back. And one more time, so we're going to go back. This time without the bolster, Ardha Mukha. And then Uddha Mukha, going down and trying to recreate the same action of the pelvis. Yeah, the deep kind of sucking action in the tail. Yeah. So how does it, how does it feel now? Yeah. So it's like using the body as a laboratory and just feeling moment to moment. What has changed? How does it feel now? How do you integrate what you've done before in this pose? Are the thighs lifting, Anna? Thighs up to lift, inner thighs lift, so you shouldn't be on the floor because then you're dragging the lower back down. All right, then as you exhale, come back into Ardha Mukha, dog pose. And we are going to come down. And having 2 breaks, you're going to lie down a little bit. So you need to have your small breaks, yeah? Or if you don't have them, you probably all have a small break. So they're this way, yeah, like that. And I'm gonna lie down, and I want the breaks to start at the lower tips of the shoulder blades, yeah. Now put my feet together, extending through the inner feet. Yeah, so it's like Tadasana, strong for legs, and then stretching the arms up, shoulders down, and arms over. Extending through the tips of the fingers, and again trying to bring the arms down together. Okay. Yes, you're opening the thoracic, the upper back. Also good for your neck, shoulders. So make sure your legs are working strongly. They are firm, they are not relaxed like in Shavasana, but the toes are pointing up with the feet together. And if you need to adjust yourself so that the top of the break is starting at the lower tips of the shoulder blades. Yeah, and then once you're ready, take the arms up, palms face forward, and allow the humerus on both sides to drop down deep into the shoulders as you bring your arms overhead. And at the same time, extending forward through the inner feet, ball mounts of the big toes. Yeah, go. Extend the arms, but keep that compactness, that firmness in the shoulders at the same time. So, can you find the extension while not losing the stability? Yeah, especially in the shoulders. And if the head is moving back, so you can bring your chin down as best you can. Extending through the feet, the legs. All right, and then take your arms back up. And then to your side. And we are going to bend the knees, roll to your side. And this time, to have a look, we're going to have the bricks standing up like this. If you found that quite hard, you can do the same again. Otherwise, you're now going to have the bricks standing up like so. So again, then the same thing. So you've got the top brick starting at the ribs, at the bottom shoulder blades. And then arms up and over. All right, go for it. All right, so firm legs, feet are together. Yeah, have the bricks in the right place, so in the thoracic spine. If the head doesn't go, maybe, I don't know, sorry, I can't see where the bricks are, but maybe something for the head then, if blanket or something. The head should be down, yeah? And then bringing the arms up, dropping the heads of the humerus down deep into the shoulders. As you take your arms over, extending through the tips of the fingers. Breathing. And it's important that the elbows are straight, Marianne, straight elbows, but firm in the shoulders, straight elbows. If the elbows are bent, then the arms can't be firm in the shoulders. Breathe and just feel how that is. Just allow the gravity to help you if you stay there for a little longer, allowing as the arms become heavier, to get a little more extension in the shoulders. All right, and then take your arms back up and take them back to your side. Bend your knees, roll to your side. Have a look at the next one. So now we are going to come to Iyengar. So the bricks are standing up now. So I've got this one for underneath my thoracic spine that way. And this one's for the head. So you're coming back into Virasana position, knees together, feet by the sides of the hips. Moving the flesh of the calves from the knees towards the feet. And then going back so that the brick is in line with the shoulders, or shoulder blades, and then the head is supported. And arms up, arms face each other, and overhead. So you won't fold the arms now, you're working with the arms straight. So again, you're here. Then after a while, see if you can bring your head back. If your neck is okay with it, taking the head back. If this is too much, you know that you can also do this with the legs crossed, so you get that extension in the spine also. The bricks need to be down lower, so you can move ahead and do it, but if that's too much, then just let me remind you with the legs crossed. As you go back, you've got one break as far as the 7th cervical vertebrae, and then the other is underneath the head, stretching the arms up and over. And then after a while, if you get taking this break away from underneath the head, taking the arms over. Yeah, so it's similar action in your upper back, but just not as intense. And just get into the habit of that compactness in the shoulders. Yes, don't be in a rush to get your arms over, just sort of wave them up in the air. But first, taking the arms up, grounding the upper arm bones deep into the shoulders before you take them over. And extend through the tips of the fingers, keep your buttocks down. So the position here is a little different in the pelvis of the tail, yeah, because the buttocks are down and the spine is arching back. So now you're actually doing back bend. Yeah, Patricia, so one, yeah, and then arms up. Show me how you drop the upper arms down without bending the elbows and then taking the arms over. Yeah, this is all very good for you. Keep your arms firm, don't bend the elbows, so that you feel the extension in the sides of the body. And if you are ready, then you can take the brick down lower from underneath the head, if your neck is okay, and then take your head back more. So if you extend the cervical spine more, there's more extension, of course, in the thoracic spine also, because they are linked. Staying for a little bit longer if you can. And then bring your arms back to your sides. And slowly, carefully come back to sitting. And like to come back to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. This time, we're going to do it in such a way that you can stay there hopefully a little longer. So it's a back bend, but it can be done in a more relaxed manner, yeah, which is quite interesting. So if you've got, I would be using normally 2 bolsters on top of each other, but I realized you probably don't have to. So if you have 4 blocks, have them on top of each other, that makes the second bolster. And then the bolster on top. And if you don't have them, just whatever you can, put together. Yeah, so you have more height here. And then the bricks are for the hands. And you're going to come dog head down, dog head up. Here, staying here for a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so most of you have this stuff, so that's great. Throw that phone away, Amanda. Did you see what I was doing? Or were you too busy texting? Okay, so just for Amanda. Yeah. So you've got your hands on the bricks. Yeah, you've got the bolster on your block, so you've got more height. Coming into dog with head down first, and then from there come into dog head up. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So you're the fronts of the thighs, the pelvis is resting on the bolster, and you're pressing the hands down. Just check that the hands are in the right place. If you need to move the bricks maybe slightly forward, do. So you don't feel like you're falling down. You should feel that you can lift. Yeah. And you can start on the ball mounts. Yeah, inner thighs are lifting up. Tailbone is pressing against the bolster. Roll the shoulders back. And then if you can turn your toes the other way, you can turn your toes the other way, but without collapsing the legs. Yeah. And keep opening the chest more and more, collarbone spreading from center to sides. Breathing. It isn't much of a back bend there, Trish. Just I think maybe the bolster, it's one of those that is very high. I would see if you can maybe try less height. Roll the shoulders back, don't hang in the shoulders, roll the shoulders back. And just see if you can breathe. Soft, smooth breath. Because normally when we do back bends, it's kind of in and out, isn't it? It's really, the heart starts to raise. We don't really want to stay there, but here, you get a chance to enjoy it for a little longer. All right, and then as you breathe out, you can come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, into dog pose, and you can come out. And let me show you next. So now from here, starting with the forearms, with the elbows on bolster, and the action is of pulling back, yes, with the forearms kind of pulling back this way, and I want to have the lower ribs supported with the bolster, and then you're going to bend one knee, hold the ankle, bend the other knee, hold the ankle, and then you are in Dhanurasana, the bull pose. Yeah. And again, it's more relaxed now because you put that support, so you can stay here for a little bit and enjoy it. Okay. So starting with your forearms, on the bolster, yeah, and pulling them, so pulling from the fingers towards the elbows. That's the action, so that the chest is opening. Pressing the lower rib cage against the bolster. Yeah, rolling the shoulders back, lift the chest. Sarah, shoulders back, lift the chest. Let yourself settle there first. Yeah, and it's the ribs, the lower ribs, that are supported, that are lifted by that bolster. And then from there, bending one knee, hold the ankle. From the outside though, sorry, from the outside. And then bend the other knee, hold the ankle. From the outside. And you might kind of feel that you need to slide a little bit. Push the thighs back, push the shin bones back. Yeah, so pressing your feet against the hands, push back with the shins. And just stay there for a little. So in this version, we don't lift the knees stay down. And you're letting the chest open nicely in a more relaxed way. Now, Marianne, can you take your shin bones back more? No, holding it with your hands, but working the legs so the shin bones go back. So they pull the upper body back. Breathe. Soft, smooth, long breaths through the nose. All right, and then as you breathe out, you can relax. Release. And moving on to Iyengar or the Cobra. Without any drops now. So remember me doing sometimes in 3 stages. So feet are together in this, toes are pointing back, pressing the feet down. And first, so lying down, hands by the sides. And you're not pressing the hands down, you're just lifting yourself by using the back muscles. Yeah, then we go down, second time, same thing. And then you press the fronts of the hands down to come up more. And then the third time, same process, pressing the hands down, and then coming up as high as you can. Okay? The Cobra. So feet are together, toes are pointing back, and just at the arms by the side, with the hands kind of the height of the shoulders. And press the fronts of your feet down, press the groins into the floor. Don't press the hands and just lift yourself up. So feel that you are using the back muscles or the little muscles around your spine have to work to lift you. So you won't go very far, not using the hands, but it's good to work all these little muscles. All right, then as you exhale, come down. And then the second time, same thing. So not pressing the hands, press your feet though, feet down, and pelvis down, and then lifting up using the back muscles. And once you reach your limit, begin to press your hands down also, but keep your shoulders down. Yeah, so you're not lifting the shoulders up to your ears as you lift up more. And as you exhale, come back down. Take a little rest, and then the third time, again, press the front of your feet down. Take your tailbone in. Don't press the hands. Come up first using the back muscles. Then slowly begin to press the hands down, lifting up as high as you can, and then go up all the way. And if you need to slide your hands forward more, then do, so that you straighten the elbows, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. So spine getting good extension. Keep the tailbone moving in, breathing. And as you exhale, come down. And straight away from here into Dhanurasana. So this time unsupported. So you're going to bend your knees, holding the outer ankles. And you can, if you feel that the groins are lifting as you hold the ankles, elongate the thighs from the groins back to the knees one at a time. Yeah, pressing the groins down to the floor. And then as you breathe in, take your shin bones back. First, shin bones go back first, and then the knees up. Shins back, knees up, shins back, knees up. So let the legs do all the work. Legs doing the work to lift the upper body, to lift the spine. Shins back even more, breathe. And as you exhale, you can come down, take a little rest. One more time, bend your knees, hold the ankles. And then first press the groins into the floor. Tailbone is moving in. Remember all that action we did today in Supta Virasana. Now take your shin bones back, pulling at your hands. And let the legs lift you up. So the legs are lifting the upper body, like a bow. And your arms are the bowstrings. Go, Tori. Shins back, go on. Look up more, look up more. Shins back. And as you exhale, come down. Take a little rest. And we are going to turn around. We're going to do Chaturshparasana. So I can't show you this very well because my neck is not cooperating very well. But you're going to hold the ankles. Yeah. So it's the same shape you're making, but you're the other way around. So pressing the feet down, tucking the shoulders under, and then lifting the buttocks much higher than me. Yeah, I can't really because my neck is lifting up higher. To get more height, you can then lift the heels to lift up even higher. Chaturshparasana. Okay, so lift the knees up and hold the ankles first. Then take your feet back down. And if you absolutely, try to hold the ankles, that's the full pose. If you absolutely cannot, then you can hold the sides of the mat. But I think most of you should be able to hold the ankles. Take your shoulders under. And then 1, 2, 3. And lift the buttocks up. Go as high as you can. The higher the buttocks go, the less strain there will be on the knees. Take your shoulders under even more to lift up higher. Pulling, maybe, Patricia, that's okay if you don't hold the ankles, but pull at the mat with your hands, pulling the mat so that you lift a little higher and bring the shoulders under more. Yeah, that's better. And to get you a little higher, so you can lift the heels up more. Lift the heels up off the floor and lift the buttocks up. And then with that more height, keep in that as you bring your heels back down. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Enjoy. Buttocks higher, Tori. Go on. All right, then as you exhale, come down. Roll to your side. Looking at the time, we are running out. But So I would like to finish with the back bends with Ustrasana. And we're gonna do it the fun way, right? If you know that, so everybody will have at least one block between the feet. But if you know that you cannot reach your heels, then have more height, have 4 blocks if you have them, yeah? But everybody have one at least, because it's a good practice to teach the feet how they have to be pointed back. So we're going to start here. Holding the, you know what first note? You're going to first come up, just so that you get the shape first. Yeah, hands to the buttocks. Yes, moving the flesh of the buttocks down, lifting the navel, the chest up, rolling the shoulders back, and then taking both hands down to your feet or to your blocks. And from here, bringing the buttocks forward again, and then back. First time, yeah? Then second time, we're going to come from, I'll show you after. First do that. All right, so the blocks are between the feet and they are width waist, right? And then kneel up first. And take your hands to the flesh of the buttocks to smooth them down. Lift the navel, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back. And so before you go back, think of going up. Yes, you've got to lift, you've got to extend as much as you can. Rolling the shoulders back, otherwise your lower back will be hurting. You don't want that at all. And then once you lift up, you spread the collarbones, then you start to go back. Keeping the tail in, buttocks firm. Yeah, then start to curve back, start to curve the spine back, taking both hands down, either to your blocks or to the heels at the same time. And once you get there, yeah, once the hands are down, palms are facing forward, then take your buttocks forward. Take your buttocks forward. Yeah, good. Good, and then come up. Does this one hurt your neck, Patricia? You could do it. I'll just quickly show you. There's a way, we won't be doing this today, but there's a way of doing this. Yeah, where you can support the neck like this, and then walking the hands down. Yeah, so this is quite nice, therapeutic for the neck. Okay. Otherwise, final and out. So have whatever blocks you need. So if you can reach your heels, then you just have one. If not, then that few. So you're going to come into the child's pose. Keeping the hands on the heels or your blocks if you need them. And then from there, as you begin to kind of feel the weight of the legs, rather than just pressing, there's a difference between pressing and just letting yourself feel the weight. Yeah, there is a difference. And from there, rising up like the camel. Okay, so all the time, the trick is to keep the hands on the heels. My God, if I can do it with this, you can do it too. Yeah, good, Amanda. You can do it a couple of times. So first, so let us all start together. Actually, I would like you to start together. So go into child's pose and have the hands in position on your heels. And just allow yourself to be habit. Just really dropping down with the gravity. Let the downward force, let yourself feel the downward force. And then by feeling the force down, you don't create something, but you just kind of ride with it. Yeah, so pressing down more, and then using that force down, start to rise. Yeah, like a camel. If you've ever seen camel coming up from lying down, it's quite interesting. Keep your hands on the heels if you can, and then up you go. Up you go through, through with the pelvis. Yeah, Nisha, so you've got to keep the hands down. So it's at some stage, the quads really have to work to lift you. Yeah. Yeah, the buttocks have to come forward. I know. And then, so if you've done it twice, if you have to cheat, then you've got to cheat, but it's something to practice. It's a bit of fun. And it really gives you the sense of the camel. Yeah, so why it's called the camel pose. Try a couple of times. Well done, Sarah. And then take your thighs forward more. Taking the thighs forward more. Yeah. Thighs forward, Tori. Thighs forward. Keep going, keep going. And then as you exhale, come back into child's pose. Take a rest now. The hard work is over. Just wind down. If you have a chair nearby, you're going to sit in a chair with two bricks, sitting on the middle of the seat of the chair, and then the bricks, hands to the bricks as far forward as you can, let them in. Keeping the knees on the outside of the arms, but not splay them out, yeah? So trying to sort of keep them in as you let them forward. So be grounded to the buttocks down on your chair, and then slowly keep moving the bricks forward and the hands. So you want as much of an extension there forward as you can. Could be any kind of chair, it doesn't have to be a yoga chair for this. So this should feel good for the lower back. And so squeezing the knees in towards the side of the trunk will give you more of an action in the low back. Be heavy in the buttocks. Yeah, so don't be heavy, Trish, in the buttocks. Heavy in the buttocks. All right, good. And then you can come up. And we are going to have to prepare for Shavasana. And we will do it with the lower legs on a chair. So this is a good one to do after my bands. Let's relax the lower back, just in case there is any twinge. Shouldn't be, but at the start, it's a common day. So having some blanket here, belt, is important to have a belt around your knees. And so knees are hip width apart. And you want the lower legs on the chair with the knees on the edge. Lying down with your thighs slightly slanted, chin down, arms to the sides, arms facing up. And this is your Shavasana. If you need something for the head, please have some blanket for the head too. Okay, go for it. Be warm, be comfortable, so that you can stay there for as long as you want to. Have the lights off, or something on your eyes if you have eye filler or something. So the knees, the belt should not be too tight. It should be so that your knees are hip width apart. Tuck your shoulders under, take your chin down lower than the forehead, and then start to let go. With each neck breath out, just allow yourself to sink down into the earth, letting go of any tension, any remaining tension in the body. Let it dissolve into the earth with the breath out. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widen the space between the eyebrows, as if you want to smooth any frowning wrinkles. Soften the eyelids. Let the eyes move down away from the eyelids, as if you had eyes at the back of the head, looking out through the darkness of the skull. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. Feel in the contact you have between the back body and the floor. From head to feet and feet to head, feel all the touch points between the back body and the floor, the backs of the legs and the chair. The whole plane of the body on the floor at once. And the breath out, softening the abdomen. Let it fall down. Let it soften completely. Let the breath out, soften the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, and all the fingers. As you exhale, softening around the groins, the hips, the thighs, the kneecaps, the shins, the ankles, the fronts of the feet, the soles of the feet, and all the toes. Just allow yourself to be heavier and softer, surrendering completely. Just allow yourself to receive the softness, the awareness, the stillness that is already there in every cell, in every nerve of the body. Just allow yourself to receive that stillness. So please stay for as long as you need to. And sleep well tonight. I'm going to end the meeting now, and I shall see you all next week. Good night.